Hey everyone, good evening. So it is officially August the 3rd, Monday evening. I know that says 12:44, but it's not. The power goes out and I never fix that clock. Anyway. So today I am going to make another batch of tomato sauce. And what I've done, I've cut up three different varieties of my tomatoes that I have from the garden. And I'm just going to be using some butter, garlic, salt. I just picked this green pepper. It's lovely. I'm actually going to put this in here, but I will throw it in while they are sweating, because if I feed this to the grandkids and they see it, any speck of green, they won't eat it. So I'll just get the flavor, get it all nice and soft, and then I will put everything through the food mill here. And I just got this basil I picked. So much basil this year. I kind of have that middle section, if you've seen before, it's just kind of like chaos gardening. Everything is actually really doing well in there. The amount of cucumbers I've gotten and everything like that. The last of the beans. And the pepper has done really well. This is the Paul Robeson I got. I'm going to just take the seeds out. I'm going to harvest the seeds. And so this I use the Morton's sea salt, and I use the fancy salt. So I'm just going to put that in there. I'm going to actually throw a bit. I made some last week and I didn't put enough salt, but it tasted really good. So I'm going to just let those simmer. I also wanted to come on because this year I've really noticed a difference with how everything is growing. Here in Maryland, 7B, I believe, in between 7A and 7B. I'm like right in the Baltimore City, and we really haven't gotten a lot of rain this year. And this is the rest of my little kitchen here. Really haven't gotten a lot of rain this year. And yesterday we got a really great rainstorm. We're supposed to get more rain. And so everything is, I've had to do a lot of watering and things like that. But what I've noticed is that even with planting these tomatoes that I've had, that I started even late February, I believe. I'm almost to the point now where I may not even start tomatoes towards the end of March. And that's because by this time now, we're in August, for our climate here, they're pretty much done. I've already pulled the Paul Robeson stalk, and I just pulled the mortgage lifter, which, by the way, I don't know if you guys saw, but this is the mortgage lifter. So this is my hand. This came in 1 pound, 1.2 ounces. So this I'm going to save for my granddaughter so I can show her how to make sauce. And I have a few other tomatoes that I hope will make it to Saturday or Sunday. But we shall see. So I know everybody has a different method for making sauce. I will cook this down. Probably gonna put a lid on it in a minute, and just let it simmer. Then I have my food mill here, and I will strain it through my food mill. So, and then I have this little pepper. But again, my main point was coming on was because, again, we really got to pay attention to our climate, pay attention to how, like, June seems to be the hot month. Remember it used to be August, and, the humidity is no problem with the plants. That's moisture, but June really kind of wrecked the tomato plants, all those buds, even with shade cloth and whatnot. Like, really dried out those flowers, and you know, so many fell off and died. So and same with like my beans. No problem with the pepper plants. I mean, but they don't really start taking off till now anyway. The pepper plants I planted, I believe this might be a Jimmy Darnello. I can't remember what this is. But again, I did plant the Peruvian ají pepper, and that will go all the way into November. Whatever warmth stays in that ground, they love. The hotter, you know, really good heat, good solid 85 degrees or whatever, 90 degrees, that plant's happy. So I'm getting a lot of green fruit right now, but those turn yellow, so I've got a little bit of time. And then as far as like the pepper plant, like this regular pepper plant, I have 3 or 4 more little peppers coming on. And I only usually plant 1 or 2 peppers, like those kind of that you use for chili, because that's all I want it for. I'll make a big batch of chili and freeze it, and then I'll have it for like the winter time. So, but yeah, I did do a big cleanup, and I did a big cleanup. And just got all that area cleaned up. It was so overgrown with weeds. My sunflowers coming in. My pawpaw tree there is really getting big. And the cucumbers there. I've gotten so many cucumbers, and I swear to God, like everybody else, you look one day and there's nothing, and then you look the next day and you have like a foot-long cucumber, and you're just like, oh my gosh. So I did take some to work and give them away. Still not finished. The gutter, so I got new roof, new gutters, looks great. So I need to cut that in half because they didn't make this side over here long enough, like for the metal part. I need it to go like way down there, because what happens is all the mulch gets washed away, and I don't want that. So that's the next little project. Super easy to do. And yeah, so that's about all I've got. Hey! And I hope you guys have a good night. Alright, bye!